Hey, how's it going, captains? Admiral Tori here, and in today's video, I am going to show you guys the reality of playing a Tier 8 aircraft carrier with my Shokaku in the current hotfix. We are on the third hotfix, which makes us 0.8.0.3. It's shit ton of numbers, but none of that matters to me because what has happened with the third hotfix was the greatest thing that people, for some reason, agreed on. I have no clue why Wargaming went with this way, but here we go. This is how aircraft carriers should be like with the new rework. This is how they should be playing. This is the enthusiasm coming straight out of my heart. That after a hard day from work, you come home and want to play some Warships, and you decide to bring out your Tier 6 or Tier 8 aircraft carrier. In my case, the Shokaku. So what has happened with the third hotfix? Well, they kept the strong anti-air from the second hotfix, tweaked it a little bit, but it's still strong, and they just added the frosting on the cake by buffing every class of ship. The detection being detected by air by 20%. That is double the concealment expert. Apparently, this was a great idea. So what does that mean? Strong anti-air from the second hotfix and everyone get their detection range reduced by 20%? Well, what that means is that the only way to detect a ship is if the ship starts shooting at you with AA, which means that you're not detecting the ship. The ship is just shooting AA at you. That's why you detect the ship. We have this great idea of stealth AA. I have no clue what was going through the minds of people when they came up with this idea. Right here, I barely detect the Neptune, and right away, look at this. Red HP, yellow medium damage, heavy damage, medium damage. Forget it. There's no way I'm going to touch the Neptune. Now you might argue, well, this is a Neptune. It's expected to have strong anti-air. So what are my other choices here? Maybe I can go for the Montana. Well, yeah, but it's a Tier 10 battleship, and the Americans are known to have strong AA, right? So that's a stupid idea. Well, let's try again on the Neptune, because maybe just maybe I might have a chance against the Neptune. Let's test my luck here. Enemy Shokaku is coming back with her torpedo bomber, and you're gonna witness at the end of the game that the Shokaku runs out of planes. So let's see. Let me just test my luck a little bit with the Neptune. Now, yeah, can't see the Neptune in the smoke, and well, there's just no way I'm getting near the Neptune. She's freely shooting at my planes because my planes are spotted, and she gets to sit in the smoke invulnerable to my planes. All right, let's send those planes back because there's just no point of sending those planes out again. Okay, because you're just wasting planes if you're just being stubborn. So I'm just gonna play as smart as possible. I'm playing the hardest I can. I'm try-harding right now. Now you might say, well, this guy in the first 3 minutes of the video, he sounds like he only plays aircraft carrier. He's probably just an aircraft carrier advocate, only cares about aircraft carrier, wants them to be powerful, don't care about all the other classes of ships. I've been playing Warships for roughly 4 years. I've been playing since beta, 2015. And aircraft carrier is the least played ship class on my account. I have 10% of my games in the aircraft carriers. Second from the bottom would be destroyers. So yeah, so it's really I have to go this far to establish my credibility with how people react to aircraft carrier videos, because they automatically go to the politics of it instead of being constructive on how to fix this issue. So right there, I'm trying again on the gearing. Tier 10 American destroyer. I expect her to have strong anti-air, but what are my choices? Go against the blob at A? I can barely strike anything. Go to C to deal with the Neptune's stealth AA, or deal with the gearing's stealth AA. So let's go at it again, because the last attack, that was so great because 2.1k damage was amazing, right? This is what a Tier 8 aircraft carrier is expected to do at this tier. Now you might be saying, well, you just happen to be up tier. Well, most of the games are going to be up tier. It's the reality, guys. So here we go again. Set a fire, incapacitate, 4 hits. Right away, we're at 5,000 damage. Is this the damage that is expected for all tier 8 ships? I don't know. I feel like I do more damage at tier 6 than this, and this is a tier 8 aircraft carrier. For some reason, people think it justifies that it's okay to buff the anti-air and not think about the consequences. because they don't play aircraft carrier. It sounds like my problem, right? Is it my problem? I don't know. Maybe because I just like playing warships. I like water warships. I like playing all classes of ships, and I have always been interested in design and history of aircraft carriers. I thought that water warships, world of tanks, water warplanes, whatever World War II games, a lot of people play these type of genre games because they love the history. And I love the history of aircraft carriers. So removing aircraft carriers just sounds like absurd, right? Are we trying to censor aircraft carriers here? Are they not part of the warship class? Well, I don't know. So here am I again. I'm going to use my torpedo bombers because I'm pretty much out of my fighters with the rockets. Yeah, drop torpedoes. Since the enemy Ognivoy and Zal already spot my planes, the Garion is just going to adjust by pressing the W key and completely counter my torpedoes. Going to try again here. I'm not being too optimistic about trying to strike this Gearing. Well, not really, because he's the only feasible target that I can actually hit. So, at it again, dropping torpedoes, and let's see what happens. Yeah, we're at a very strong start. 6.7k damage, 14 minutes before the game ends. Now, I could just keep sending my planes out and to the point where I run out of planes, and you might say, well, aircraft carriers, they have infinite amount of planes. Let's say that we only have 5 minutes left in the game, and it takes 10 minutes to replenish a full squadron after losing all of the planes I have. The torpedo bombers, the dive bombers, and the fighters with the rockets. Well, yeah, I can wait 10 minutes. Well, first 5 minutes the game ends, and the other 5 minutes at port, and there you have it. I am enjoying the experience. I get to use my glorious planes to strike anything, delete anything at my own will. Yeah, that's the definition of infinite planes, right? You can just wait and just keep sending planes out, even though the game is limited at 20 minutes. So right here, Roma. Well, yeah, there goes my chance. My one opportunity to get something good, right? Because Roma is actually a ship that's the same tier as me, and she happens to be in the position where I can actually strike with my AP bombers. Now, I'm not angry that the Montana took the kill. At the end of the day, this is a team-based game. We have to work together, and the Montana has contributed by taking out a very big target. So what am I going to do? Well, there's no way I'm going to strike the enemy fleet on the west side, so let's just spot the Changmu and try to use my dive bomber against the Changmu. The dive bombers aren't meant for this situation at all, because these are AP bombs, right? So all I can do is just drop on the Changmu and scare him, make him get out of the camp. Anyways, the friendly Buffalo is going to get the angle on the Changmu here. So at this point, I have no clue what to do. I'm literally define what it's like to play water warships. What people are saying now, is this world of airplanes or warplanes, whatever it is, this is actually water warships. Well, congratulations, you have succeeded in the point, because now I'm just selling my Shokaku and my planes are just for decoration. I'm actually playing water warships, guys. I'm selling my Shokaku. Look at that. I set a waypoint, my ship is moving. This is an actual warship. I have never seen a patch where they have turned the Japanese Shokaku from a war carrier into an actual late war kamikaze carrier, because every time you go for a strike, you're not expected to come back with the second strike. The first flight, you're pretty much get the first flight in, do the damage, and lose all your planes. Do it twice, and you're deplaned for each type, because there's only 14, 16, and 16, on the indication on the bottom near the middle, right? Just like that. Infinite planes, right? This is the theory of infinite planes. So what am I gonna do now? Well, let's try to get the Ognivoy. Let's spot the Ognivoy. Of course, the Ognivoy is way on open. He's the only feasible target. There's no hope of striking any other ships because the Montana is way out there, with the fleet, and of course there's some strong cruisers, the Zhao and Hindenburg with his AA. I don't understand. How is this fair? And if it sounds like it's my problem, it's a you problem, well, yeah, okay. So if people are fine with it because it's not their concern, what if Wargaming in the future done something where it has affected a ship that you enjoy playing? What if they do that? To put in perspective how it feels like to play carriers right now, if you're a destroyer player, envision this. You're the only destroyer player on your team, and 50% of the ships you're up against have radar. Almost every game. Think about that. Let that sink in. Or you're a cruiser player, and most of the games you're playing, you're up against battleships. 50% of enemy team are battleships, and you know battleships. They can citadel you. They usually shoot at cruisers because they know for a fact that damage can be guaranteed most of the time. So just imagine that the moment you fire guns, and then your priority target says that 4 battleships are targeting you. And even if your angle, of course, those 406mm guns are just going to overmatch your bow. Yeah, think about that. Is that fun? Just imagine that every game. Or you're a battleship player and you're up against the enemy team who has 50% of destroyers. You can't see them, but the destroyers just going to drop torpedoes and make you go left and right until you die. Now, in the case of the aircraft carriers, that I'm just being generous with the 50% number here. Aircraft carriers at tier 10, which is most of the matches, 90% of the ships that I face are capable of just shooting down all my Shokaku planes. 90%. I have no chance. And my one last option was to spot. You know, Hotfix 2 has really killed the planes already, okay? My planes has become kamikaze pilot. So I was left with only the option of just harassing destroyers and making work of what I can do. They're the only food on the table. Forget cruisers, forget battleships, maybe aircraft carriers, but it's just the aircraft carrier is way in the back of the map. I'm not gonna fly my planes just to get damage off of that. So okay, in this current patch they have basically buffed the destroyers. Now everyone has these, you know, most of the ships I face in this game they're watching has stealth AA, and I just get shot down. All right, I'm gonna try the Republic. Republic is by herself. Full HP squadron. Now I'm left with nothing. I don't understand. I just don't understand how this is fair. How do people define this as fair?
Now I can already hear the comments. Now, sir, don't you think this is unfair to the aircraft carrier? Look at how powerful the AA is already. No, I don't. Because the AA is absolutely powerful, but it's powerful for the right reasons.
Why would a carrier player go down the line? Did they really deserve this? And if your answer was yes, because I don't play carriers, and you see this fit, all right, fine by me, but don't come back and complain about, oh, they have done something that has affected the ship that you enjoy. I am out of words here. I am absolutely out of words. Disappointed to a certain degree, but most of the time, most of the videos, most of the forums, most of the discussion that I've seen, there's only a few people who actually were constructive here. A few. More people are just concerned about their interest, self-interest, rather than the overall interest of World of Warships. At the end of the day, this is a game, a team-based game, like I always said. Everyone has to contribute to each other, but how am I supposed to contribute? This is what I'm expected to do all game. Feed planes and let them get shot down, right? Oh, isn't that lovely? I failed to pen the Republic with my AP bombs. I tried so hard to get a good run on the Republic, and there goes my last kamikaze pilot. Yeah, at this point I'm just staring at my carriers like, oh yeah, I'm actually really playing World of Warships now. I'm just sailing my carrier. I don't know. It's just so disappointing to see how it turned out this way. Honestly, for some reason people think that the old carrier is more balanced. Okay, you know what? If it takes just to make carriers fun, bring back the old system, because I can actually do something versus just me flying around with my Shokaku. Everyone is all keen on the Hakuryu, the Midway, but how many people actually own a tier 10 ship? Let's begin with that. How many people who actually play carrier? Now that's even a smaller number, right? Most of us are going to be hanging out at tier 6 and tier 8. And don't get me started with tier 6 carriers, because tier 6 carriers, I average around 15 to 30k damage. Yes, I can get games with 100k. And those games come very rare. It has to be perfect. Everything has to be perfect. Perfect matchmaking. The perfect ship that I'm up against. And for whatever reason, the enemy team is all split up. And yeah, that's the only time. Aside from that, I'm denied. Right here, I'm going for the Hindenburg. Alright? Oh, thank God. I got my first torpedo hit. Let's try again. Here. drop another set of torpedoes. Let's see if we can take out the Hindenburg. There goes my kamikaze pilot. That one torpedo is going straight at the Hindenburg. Let's see it before. Yep, I do get it before that friendly destroyer hits the Hindenburg. And that's my game. Yeah, right here, I'm just trying to think of what was going through the minds of wargaming. I'm just looking at my carrier and it's just adoring how I'm playing Water Warships now. I'm sailing my ship, guys. Aren't you guys happy that I'm playing Water Warships now? It's not World of Warplanes anymore. It's an actual ship. This is what it's like. It's just walking around, flying around. I don't know. Stealth AA apparently is fair. The strong AA is fair. How tier 8 carriers work, tier 6. All of this is fair. This is the definition of equal opportunity, right? Everyone's equal. We deserve this.
You know what I want? I want a fun, engaging game for everyone. I want every single class to feel like their actions matter and they can contribute a ton.
If a destroyer plays this way, if a carrier player plays this way, battleship, cruiser, we all deserve this, right? Because we have equal say of how a ship plays. This is what people wanted. This is majority of people I've seen say that this is what carriers should play, even though those people don't really play carriers at all. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Is there something wrong? I don't know what's wrong with that picture. I have no clue, but apparently it's all right. So, yeah, do I sound pissed off? Do I sound like a sore loser? Well, whatever, you can say whatever, but I'm just showing you guys a typical game, a normal day with a tier 8 aircraft here. And, you know, if you have something constructive to say, I will be gladly appreciative of that. But here we go. Now, this is... I don't know what to say. I'm actually speechless of how this turned out. Now, aside from that, I hope you guys enjoyed this small rant. And I'll see you guys next time on World of Warships.